Welcome back to West Bridgewater Community Access Television. Today we have another matchup between the West Bridgewater Wildcats and the Blue Hills Warriors. My name is Thomas Stapleton, joined as always by Aiden Mayer. Aiden, how are you doing today on this fine homecoming Friday Eve?
It's a little rainy, but I'm very excited for this game. The Wildcats are playing great football heading into this game. We're at home. As you said, homecoming night, so a very exciting game.
Yep, there's tons of fun stuff going on. Obviously, homecoming night. It is also senior night for the Wildcats, and we've actually got a great game in store for us today. The number 5 team in Division 7 versus the number 12 team in Division 7. As of right now, this would be the matchup in the first round of the D7 playoffs. They only take the top 16 teams, so this could be a potential preview of what the playoffs are going to look like for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And West Bridgewater, as I said, they're on fire right now. They've won multiple games by, I could say, blowout scores. That's fair to say, right? They plan to keep climbing up, and today, if a big convincing win over Blue Hills, maybe they climb up in the seeding, Blue Hills falls out, but I don't know. I don't want to jinx anything.
Absolutely. They're coming off specifically a dominant win against Bristol Plymouth, 34-0. Ty Holmes and Christian Packard with 2 touchdowns each. This team is now 4-2 with 3 games left in the season. Excuse me, maybe 2 games left in the season. This is a team that is, again, they've talked about it since they've started 1-2. This is a team that has looked to win every single game since that, and so far they've accomplished that.
Yeah, it's been dominating, and I think a big thing, we've talked about it time and time again, a common theme is getting all those seniors back from suspension, from injury. Luke Destreb headlining the bunch. It's been awesome. It's been a boost to the passing attack. The defense has looked much better, and the run game has remained prominent all season.
Absolutely. Looking on the Blue Hill side of things, this is same thing. They're 4-2 as well, just a little bit lower in the power rankings. Very similar to West Bridgewater. Interesting stat I learned before the game. This team has thrown the ball 4 times all season. Yes, 4 times all season. But they have a 3-headed monster in the running game with Caden Montes, Aiden Landers, and Matt Began. Those are 3 guys to watch out for. They're going to be dangerous on the ground all night long. So this is really going to be a great matchup. It'll be interesting to see how many passes are thrown in this game total. But this is going to be a great matchup. And now excuse us for the singing of our national anthem.
West Bridgewater Wildcats. First, we'd like to thank our officials tonight, as we would not have this game without them. West Bridgewater, along with Blue Hills, expects all fans to display good sportsmanship. We remind all fans that we are dealing with young athletes who are trying to do their best for their respective schools. We request that all cheering be supportive, and spectators are reminded that admission does not entitle one to jeer, criticize, or degrade players, coaches, or officials. Spectators may be removed from the premises for unsportsmanlike behavior. Calling opposing players, coaches, or officials by name or number is not acceptable. Finally, we would like to remind all spectators and fans, the only people that should be speaking with the officials are coaches and school personnel. Let's make this contest a positive athletic experience for all. It's lovely outside, isn't it? captains meet at midfield for the coin toss. The captains for the 2023 Blue Hill Warriors, number 1, Caden Montes. Number 12, Aiden Landers. Number 54, James Bennett. And number 88, Janamilson Cardozo. The captains for your West Bridgewater Wildcats, number 1, Luke Destramp. Number 5, James Harris. Number 9, Sam Salter. And number 26, Christian Packard. Tonight's coaches for Blue Hills, the assistant coaches Ryan Kiff, Damian Ricci, Earl Jones, and David McCarthy, and head coach Ed Madden.
Before the singing of our national anthem, West Bridgewater has won the toss and deferred to the second half, which means the Blue Hills will start with possession.
Paul Jasinski, Mike Bunzel, Drew Johnson, and head coach Justin Kogler. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, West Bridgewater football is back. Under the rainy Friday night lights, homecoming plus senior night for the Wildcats. Blue Hills will be receiving the ball to start. West Bridgewater deferred to the second half. Again, we kind of talked about it in the pregame, but very run-heavy team.
Yeah.
Now, like, in borderline 99% running team.
This is going to be a very, very, very run-heavy game. I think the only way one of these two teams starts throwing it a lot is if one team is trailing by a ton. And at that point, you got to start airing it out. You got to get points, and you got to get them fast. But other than that, it's going to be tons of running. As we talked about, Blue Hills only thrown it 4 times per game. West Bridgewater has one of the best running games in the conference. That's the identity of their offense. Tons of running the football tonight. And that kind of plays into Blue Hills starting with the ball. They want to establish a lead early. That's the kind of environment a run-heavy offense will thrive in.
And not only that, but this is the first game we've seen where I think the weather is going to play a factor as well. The rain's starting to come down pretty heavy, so I imagine most teams are not going to want to put themselves in a position to throw the ball.
Definitely.
Destramp back for the kick. Blue Hills looking to make a return. They get up the middle. They see some space and tackled it around the 30-yard line. Again, very slippery conditions out there to start. I don't know how many minutes it'll be before we see a pass play, but I know I'm going to be very excited when I do see one.
Yeah, don't get too used to it, though. I don't think there's going to be much of it tonight.
Returned by the Blue Hill Warriors. 1st and 10 from just inside the 30-yard line.
Number 10, Braden Mahoney under center for the Warriors. Handoff inside, doesn't get far.
And that was interesting. West Bridgewater runs a lot of cover 3, right? So they'll have their 2 corners on the boundary, kind of playing off the line of scrimmage. They'll have 1 safety on the back end. Against this Blue Hills team, though, they go cover 0 man. There's no safeties in the back. Everybody's manned up, and everybody else is in the box trying to stack up against the run. They know what to expect. It's going to be runs, runs, runs. So expect a lot more maroon jerseys around the line of scrimmage, I'll say.
Absolutely. Mahoney under center takes the snap. Handoff to I believe that's number 12 on the run there. Indeed it is. That's going to be their main guy tonight. Aiden Landry, senior captain. He's been ripping it up in his games. Many rushing touchdowns, a lot of rushing yards. He's going to be their go-to guy for the night. We're looking at a 3rd and 2 situation for the Warriors.
Crowded up. They're going to run this. They're going to run the ball.
Yeah, as you talked about, they are really stacking the box right now. They know what to expect. They've done their homework. They're pressing everybody in. But Mahoney takes the snap. Handoff inside. That's going to be a 1st down and more. They get to the 44-yard line.
Their center got a really good push there. And it's interesting. Blue Hills does something that this is a new concept in the NFL. For any of you that watch, the Lions started doing this where they'll have their center go up to the line of scrimmage, then the offensive line will follow just to get set, and then the receivers will break the huddle. And it kind of allows those offensive linemen to get set, get in their position. All right, are we going to audible or not? All right, we're set, we're good. And we saw it on that run. It paid dividends. They got a great push at the line of scrimmage, easy 1st down.
Mahoney takes the snap, handoff. Handoff to Landers doesn't go far. We're looking at a 2nd and down situation. Again, we kind of talked about it. This team, similar to the Wildcats, has their own 3-headed monster in the running game with Caden Montes, Matthew Began, and Captain Aiden Landers.
Yeah, and so far it's been a little more of an under-center approach, which maybe that's their style. West Bridgewater certainly likes to do things a little bit more out of the shotgun and use their speed, but Blue Hills maybe more of a power rushing attack, especially with this weather. You don't want to fumble things around with bad snaps.
Mahoney takes the snap. Handoff inside to Matthew Began.
It's not explosive, but so far on these first 2%, again, like, has there been a great run so far? Absolutely not, but Blue Hills has found themselves in 3rd and 2, and what do we got here? A 3rd and 1? 3rd and inches. 3rd and inches, I'd say. That's successful. So no big gain so far, but Blue Hills is chipping away with decently efficient runs. They're moving the ball and getting themselves in very 3rd and manageable situations.
Let's see if they can continue to move the chains here.
I mean, that's basically, from my angle, it looks like a 1st down. They're bringing out the chain.
They're going to bring out the chains.
That looks like a 1st down to me.
It's going to be very close, but that is a 1st down. Blue Hills moving the chains. 2 1st downs so far, and the clock is ticking. This might be a game that goes pretty quick, too.
Well, yeah, when you run the ball, there's no stopping the clock, especially with Blue Hills. They're not running it out of bounds or anything, so they're just churning clock, churning clock, churning clock. I definitely think you're not going to see a ton of possessions in this game.
Mahoney under center. Handoff to Montez. Montez gets to the 2nd level. He gets a 1st down and more. He gets tackled at the 33-yard line. Caden Montez with an explosive run.
Good blocking to kind of free up that B gap. And it was a great run. by the running back, kind of presses outside to the edge, gets those boundary corners and edge defenders to really hard press to the sideline in case he breaks one free, and then he cuts it upfield quickly. And again, there was a big hole there for him to hit because the offensive line did a great job.
Mahoney takes the snap, another handoff to Montez. Montez gets stuffed up at the line of scrimmage.
There you go. Christian Packard.
Tackle made by Christian Packard and Nathaniel Frechette. Speaking of, it is senior night for the Wildcats. We'd like to mention all of the seniors for this team. Number 1, Luke Destramp, captain. Number 5, James Harris, captain. Number 6, Miguel Pleasance. Number 9, Sam Salter, captain. Number 26, Christian Packard, captain. Number 28, Matthew Murphy. Number 33, Nathaniel Frechette. Number 55, Ben Nealon. Number 58, Aiden Burke. And number 59, Chris Flip. Mahoney takes a snap. Landers in movement. They give it to Montez. Montez looks to get to the outside. He might get a first down. It's going to be close, but we're looking at a first down here.
Their center, James Bennett, I'm going to be talking about him a lot. He pulled on that play and totally carved out that rushing lane. He's a captain to my knowledge, and so far he's had a fantastic game, a couple really good blocks. And again, I'll probably go back to it, but what Blue Hills is doing with their center, getting him up early to set the line of scrimmage, get set, and then you can break the huddle with your receivers and everything. I think this is going to be something that trickles down at all levels of football. I really like it.
Handoff inside to Matthew Began. Only get a couple of yards here.
Sorry, James Bennett is their tackle. That was regardless, the point stands with the center, but James Bennett was their tackle. He was the one pulling on that play. That was a really good block two plays ago.
I believe their center is Kevin Kane, 51 sophomore.
And he had a good block on that third down earlier in the drive, so good O-line.
Mahoney takes the snap. That's going to be a handoff to Began. He goes nowhere. Stuffed up. And we're looking at about a 3rd and 4 situation here.
They're going to keep running the ball. You know, I would expect it, but you have to wonder, like, West Bridgewater is going to keep crowding the box. At some point, is Blue Hills tempted by some sort of play action, some sort of shot? You'd have to imagine they got to try it. I think you're chilling here, but at some point in the game, do you open up the playbook for a pass? Because West Bridgewater is just crowding the box. All they expect is a run on every single down.
Blue Hills is not going to get this going forward with every drive. West Bridgewater's kind of seen what they've got right now, but I can't anticipate this will be a trend going forward. Mahoney takes the snap, another handoff to Began. He's going to get a couple of yards, but no first down. It's going to be 4th and short for the Warriors. Let's see what they decide to do here.
Warriors' 3rd down run, good for a couple of yards, short of the first down.
Yeah, as I was saying, West Bridgewater, now that they're seeing what Blue Hills is about really in action, they're going to adjust and they're going to continue to stack and rush up the middle. And I can't imagine this will be a trend going forward for them. Mahoney, handoff to Montez. Montez, is he going to get the first down? He was stopped pretty short. We'll see what the call on the field is.
I think they got it.
Let's see. Yep, another Blue Hills first down.
I mean, they didn't even bother to split out anybody wide there. You know, it's just our run game versus yours. Let's see who can win. And Blue Hills, they keep chipping away.
Warriors first down. 1st and goal, Blue Hills.
Mahoney takes the snap. Outside pitch to Caden Montez. Montez jump cuts inside. Run. He gets forward for more yards inside the 5-yard line.
Montez, you can tell he's got some burst. He has some shift to him. He was working in really tight quarters there. That's a run that not a lot of running backs can pull off unless you really do have that vision, that shiftiness, and that burst, because he could have easily been stuffed for like a 2-yard gain there. Really good run.
Despite the great run, they are going to be backed up 10 yards. It's going to be a holding call on the Blue Hills Warriors.
These formations are just so tight. And I don't know. Blue Hills has had a good rushing attack. They're 4-2 with this ingredient, right? But when you go so tight like that, I just don't know how productive that is for kind of the outside runs. I'd imagine that bunches things up, that makes things a little tough. I like having a receiver out there to kind of space things out a little bit, get a little block on the boundary.
That's going to be a handoff to Matt Began, but it's stuffed up. Chris Flip finishes the tackle.
Warriors up by number 2, Matthew Began.
Yeah, most plays, they haven't even put a guy out for a receiver. That time they did, but more often than not, they're
just tight formations. Everybody condensed. Yep. Let's just go R11 versus your 11 hats, and let's see who can win. And they chip away. They're getting down the field. They're killing tons of clock. It's not explosive, but it works.
Mahoney takes the snap. Caden Montez in motion. He's going to look to get to the outside. He gets, not sure if he gets the first. Yep, he will get the first down.
And that's what I'm talking about on those outside runs. There you go. They split 2 guys out wide. It just offers a little bit more breathing room around the line of scrimmage. And then you get a block out on the boundary. I mean, they have a size advantage. West Bridgewater's corners have played well this season, but they're not the biggest. So I think that's something Blue Hills, if they want to get those outside runs going, split some guys out wide. That would be an advantage for their run game.
Two running back formation for the Warriors. Mahoney takes the snap, handoff to Landers. Landers is going to get wrapped up. Excuse me, that last play was not a first down. So we're looking at a 4th down situation here.
Blue Hills handoff to senior running back number 12, Dave Landers.
Well, I believe it's 4th and goal because they were 1st and goal, and then you had the holding call. So that's why, you wondered maybe we get a pass here, but they're just going to stick with the run. I expect the same exact thing here. It's a very 4th and manageable. So,
and look what Blue Hills has done with the clock. We're about 2.5 minutes in to the first quarter so far. Excuse me, left in the quarter so far. Outside pitch to Landers. Landers, can he get in the end zone? He can't.
Good stop.
Stuffed at the goal line. West Bridgewater will take over.
Oh, you needed that stop. That's really good. And now West Bridgewater is going to be pinched here. You need the run game to get you out of this situation. But Blue Hills, you just talked about the clock tops. They've killed almost this entire quarter. And I was about to say this offense isn't sexy, but it works. They did fall a little short there. I think this offense is very one-dimensional for Blue Hills. You have to condense the block, condense the box, get downhill fast. Don't let those guys get a push up front. But really good stop by the Wildcats there to keep this thing a tie game despite all the time the Blue Hills just killed.
Harris under center. He's going to hand it off to Packard. Packard gets a couple of yards.
Yeah, so where Packard, the 3rd head of the 3-headed monster, kind of comes in. It's these, we talked about the goal line, 3rd and short, 4th and short. You just need a guaranteed couple up the middle. And in a situation like this, certainly that would be as well. You're just looking for some breathing room here. You're not looking for a big hitter. Just give yourself a little space between your own end zone to avoid any safety or anything crazy like that.
3 receiver formation for the Wildcats. Ty Holm and Sam Salter out right. Luke Destramp out left. It's going to be a fake inside to Packard. James Harris looking to get to the boundary. He can't. He gets wrapped up at the 11-yard line.
That was a good tackle. It's tough. James Harris one-on-one in the open field. That's a hard ask of any defensive player. Good tackle there.
Yeah, and like you talked about, with this specific style, this might work against better teams, but if you're wasting all of this clock and you're not able to score, and then all of a sudden West Bridgewater is driving the other way with time and they get the ball in the second half, that's just not going to play into their favor.
Well, if West Bridgewater has a big offensive advantage here, and like you just said, West Bridgewater is a very good offense. They do. And if Blue Hills is going to struggle to stop them in this game, I actually like their approach because you're limiting their possessions. If Blue Hills was going fast down the field or turning it over quick because they were throwing the ball and it was leading to 3rd and longs and they're getting off the field quickly, now all of a sudden West Bridgewater is getting ample possessions and they're running up the score. That's what happened last week against, Bristol Plymouth in some of these past games when these offenses are getting off the field so quickly. But Blue Hills is killing so much time that it's impossible for West Bridgewater to get this game out of hands because they don't have enough possessions to do so.
We're looking at a 3rd and very short situation. They just brought out the chains. They've got a couple more inches to go, or centimeters. This is a really, really close mark. Harris takes a snap, handoff Packard. Packard gets into the second level and
fumble.
coughs it
Oh.
up. And is that going to be recovered by Blue Hills? There's a pile, and Blue Hills got it. Blue Hills recovers inside the 30-yard line. Aiden Landers picks up the football.
Yeah, really good peanut punch. I don't even know if that was a peanut punch. It might have just been, I think, the conditions, honestly. But this is, if Blue Hills feels outmatched in this game, this is perfect for them, okay? First of all, their play style. When you limit possessions in a football game, it creates more volatility. There are less opportunities for the talent to win out on the field. And second of all, this weather. You have a fumble like that, I'm not making excuses, but Packard hasn't fumbled all year. You have to figure the condensation on the football is playing some sort of effect there. So Blue Hills, you create some volatility in this game and things can get really interesting.
Mahoney takes the snap. He's rolling out right. He's going to make a pass. He's looking at number 24.
Oh, he dropped
and
it.
he drops it.
And that's what I was talking about earlier in the game. Will Blue Hills capitalize on how scrunched up in the box West Bridgewater's playing? Again, they're a cover 3 heavy team. In this game, it's been a lot of cover 0. We're just going to load the box, make us beat you with the run, with the passing attack. That was a beautiful timing. I didn't expect a passing play on first and 10. Not at all. Great play action, great design. You just need to come down with those.
Yep.
I mean, plays like those are exactly why they've probably only thrown the ball 4 times heading into this game.
Yeah, it was a great throw, but unfortunately, tight end Jimmy Donovan, senior, couldn't bring it in. Mahoney takes a snap, outside pitch to Montez. Montez cuts back inside. He's gonna get a first down and more. He's gonna go all the way. Touchdown Warriors.
He can move.
Caden Montez.
And there's Sam got outside to the edge. He cut that edge off, but was a little out of position to make a tackle. It left that cutback lane open, and West Bridgewater was just felt a little bit on their back toes there, like on their heels. They weren't striking downfield. They know Montez, he's a quick mover. He's shifty. Sometimes when you over-pursue, especially in this type of weather with how wet the field is, that can lead to ankles getting broken. But you got to give a little resistance on the guy or else he's just going to break free, basically untouched. I don't like that. The tackling has to be better. The pursuit has to be better on the defensive end.
Blue Hills is going to go for a 2-point conversion. Landers in motion. They pitch it to Began, and Began gets stuffed. That's going to be number 55, Ben Nealon. Stops the 2-point conversion.
That's Ben's been a highly touted linebacker for years now for this team, and that was one hell of a tackle. Gets downhill, shoots the gap. He stuffed that play. One of the best defensive plays of the night so far.
Yeah, again, as you talked about, Packard's first fumble of the season, at least his home, this is the team's first fumble of the season. So, again, as you talked about, the weather's, it looks like it's kind of starting to clear up, so we'll see what ends up happening, but we'll see how that plays a factor in this game, the weather.
Which, honestly, pretty remarkable given how much they've run the football, but still, obviously, fumbles, turnovers, they're bad in any game, but I will highlight it, particularly against this Blue Hills team. If they're going to be so run-heavy, killing so much clock, West Bridgewater is going to have far less possessions offensively than they do in a typical game. So there's less opportunities, there's more volatility. One fumble like that holds a lot more weight on a night like tonight in comparison to maybe some of these other shootout games. Like, think about that East Bridgewater opener, for example. So,
Number 24 back to kick for Blue Hills. That's going to be Jimmy Donovan. Squib kick here. Going to be recovered by Ty Holmes. Ty looking to get to the outside. Cuts back inside. He's going to be wrapped up at around the 47.
far better field position than the first drive. You got to get points here. You do not want to go down by 2 scores to a team that's going to milk the clock. That's when you end up in danger territory.
Harrison Company going back on the field again. 43 seconds left in the first quarter. Blue Hills Warriors 6, West Bridgewater Wildcats 0. Let's see what they can do with this drive here.
First and 10 Wildcats from the 48-yard line.
Destramp out right. Noons out left. Harris takes the snap. Hand off to Salter in motion. Salter getting past the 45 to the midway line, and he's going to go out of bounds at the 47.
They like to do that once per first quarter. Get Sam involved with the jet sweep. They're a very run-heavy team. He's one of their best offensive playmakers, but he plays receiver. So how are you going to get him involved?
Right.
Let's hit him with the jet sweep. It hasn't worked all that well so far this season, but I got a feeling you got to keep trying to feed him, get him a little more involved than he has been.
Yeah, especially if you can't get the passing game going. You don't just want to take out one of your top playmakers from the offense completely. Another tight formation. Harris takes a snap. He's going to drop back to pass. Quick throw to Destrant, but it's going to be incomplete.
I like the idea. I mean, it's second and long. The Blue Hills corners are playing off coverage, so you're going to have those quick hitters to the boundary available. Throw is a little high, but you figure, again, I think that's one where the rain plays a factor. Just kind of slip off Luke's hands. He's been pretty much perfect so far this season.
Well, one thing I noticed, he immediately, right after that, rubs his hands. His assistant coach hands him a pair of gloves.
Yeah.
I think this is just going to be that kind of night.
Yeah. Yeah, the weather has played into Blue Hills' factor so far. The fumble there, the drop, the lack of pursuit on that touchdown run from West Bridgewater's defense. They got to adjust to the weather. So far, I think Blue Hills has done a better job, the Warriors have, with handling the rainy conditions tonight.
We also haven't really seen a play like that from the Wildcats, kind of just a quick-hitting pass play like that. We don't see many of them, and I don't think we've ever seen one like that where Luke just turns around and looks to catch.
You know, going back into the season, I thought East Bridgewater had mastered that in the opener, where West Bridgewater was, obviously it's a little different here because Blue Hills has far more size at corner than West Bridgewater did in that home opener, but West Bridgewater is playing this off coverage. EB just kept hitting them with the quick hitters. Okay, that's an easy completion. It's essentially an extension of our run game. They've got space to work with. We've got playmakers out there that we trust. I wouldn't hate them going to that more often because, like, Luke, Sam, those guys can make plays with the ball in their hands. Ryan had a punt return touchdown last week.
Harris. Run to Ty Holmes. Ty Holmes getting to the outside. He's getting past the 40 and more, and he gets tackled out of bounds inside the 30. Ty Holmes on the jet sweep.
More Ty Holmes, please. I mean, the kickoff return, that run there, he's looked really good so far this game. On a small sample size, keep getting him going.
By Blue Hills Warriors, senior number 12.
Ty Holmes, talented transfer from Bridgewater Raynham. Sophomore for the Wildcats. He might be, don't quote me on this, he might be their touchdown leader on the season so far. I can't confirm this, but he might. Fake handoff to Holmes. Harris rolling out to the right side. He's looking for Luke deep. He throws a deep ball.
He's got him.
Salter right through the hands. Tries to make the contested grab.
Yeah. Luke did have some separation downfield. James saw him too late, and he tries to throw one. That throw got there.
It did get there.
It did get there, but probably wouldn't try that again. Kind of throwing crossbody, middle of the defense, floating it up like that. Bad things tend to happen, especially, again, in this weather. It's tough to make it, even tougher to make a throw like that. I would never suggest that, even if it was sunny and 70 degrees, but.
Absolutely, but again, this is a team that's actively looking to throw the football more now. This is something we didn't think we'd see coming into this game, but Harris takes a snap, inside handoff to Packard. He gets just a couple of yards.
Well, I wonder, like, their passing attack has evolved a little bit throughout this season, and I mean, first of all, they have found themselves in some second and longs, third and long so far, so that certainly kind of plays into the passing attack. But also, clearly they've seen something on tape. I do think these corners are playing so off that you have some of those quick hitters there available. The separation's been good. The separation has been there, but you just got to complete them. And again, it's tougher to do when it's raining outside.
Destrant out to the left side. Holmes and Salter out to the right side. Harris takes a snap. He's going to drop back to pass. He's looking for Destrant on the outside. Can't get it there. Fourth and 7 for the Wildcats.
I think you got to go for it in this territory, but I would have run there. I mean, the passing attack,
it's gotten better
great so far.
It's gotten better throughout the season, but it's not the strong suit of this team.
No, especially not. The identity is still the run game, and it's tough in these conditions. You haven't scored yet, so let's just stick to the identity of the run game. You had 3rd and 7 there. That's what, inside their 30, inside their 25. Like, this is 4-down territory. I think 2 run plays get you a first down. So, you know, Blue Hills, good run defense. Maybe some weaknesses in the secondary that you want to attack, but I think they've gotten a little too far away from the run game. I haven't said that all season, but I think it's prevalent tonight.
Harris, low snap. He picks it up. He's looking to throw. Gets it to Holmes with space. Holmes gets a blocker.
He's
gonna get a first down and
Oh
more.
my God.
Touchdown, Ty Holmes.
That's why you give him the ball.
Touchdown, Wildcats. Ty Holmes takes a screen pass all the way to the end zone.
He is so quick, so shifty. Easily the player of the offense so far. He's touched the ball 3 times. It's been electric every single time. Keep giving him the football.
I wish this is the time that I wish we had replay, because on that play when Harris was throwing it back and Ty Holmes originally catch it, someone made a great original block for Ty Holmes to get out into space. Wish we had replay so I could give credit to whoever that was, but that opened up so much space for Holmes. And the Wildcats are going to tie this game up 6-6.
Ty's had a couple, like their screen offense isn't very prevalent. They don't run a lot of the screen passing game, but when they do, it's typically play action. Harris will drop back and roll out a little bit to the right side, and then he'll hit Ty back on the left, and he'll be wide open. He has open space to work with, and that's one of the deadliest things of this Wildcats offense. If you're a defense and you hear Ty Holmes has open space, watch out, because that dude's going to make a play. He did there. Big 4th and 7, converts it into a tutter. I mean, that's crazy. And it's interesting, too. Ty is lined up in the slot in this game. He's the running back. You know, obviously he's going to be in the backfield a lot, but so far this game, there have been quite a few plays where he's been lined up in the slot. So it looks like when they want to get to the passing game, Ty's also going to be a piece of that. Not only as a screening option, but out of the slot with some slants, maybe some quick outs to the sideline.
I think that speaks to his versatility as a player. Landers recovering it inside the 10 for the kickoff. He's gonna look to get to the outside.
Block in the back there. Yep.
Refs
Multiple
are all over
flags. Yeah, that is just not legal. So Blue Hills is going to get backed up here.
Yep. It's going to be a holding call. They're going to be backed up.
I think it's a block in the back, but holding. Well, I think they missed the block in the back there too, but it works either way.
Well, yeah, as that was actually the thing I was going to mention. Ty Holmes has been a big part so far, but not in the traditional way that he's been used in previous weeks. And I think, like I said, it speaks to his versatility within this team and all the different ways that you can use him on offense.
Well, his 3 touches have come in the ways that we're used to. Handoffs, kick returns, out of the screen game. But you are right. The other plays, his deployment has been out of the slot, which is kind of unheard of. It's the evolution of this offense. They're starting to throw more. They're getting a little more exotic. They even had a run. I think it was their 2nd run of the game out of a 3-receiver set, which I really hadn't seen much of this season either. So this team just continues to build and evolve as the season goes on.
Mahoney takes a snap. Hand off to Landers, and that's going to be stuffed up at the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Chris Flip was the one getting in there.
He's had a couple nice tackles tonight.
Yeah, he's had a great game so far on senior night.
Wildcats defense takes the play in the backfield.
Wildcats made a couple subs here on this play. It looks like they're going with like a very big package, big personnel package, and it makes sense. I mean, it is 2nd and long, but Blue Hills is so pinned back in their own territory. I would be shocked if they throw this football. And if it is a throw, it's going to be very, very short.
Mahoney takes a snap. Inside handoff to Matt Began.
Good tackle save.
Not going to get far. He got a couple yards past the line of scrimmage, but we're looking at a 3rd and decently long situation.
Sam's been one of the most active tacklers tonight. I think his pursuit's been good. This is one of his more active defensive games so far. He's not afraid to stick his nose down in the run game, even though he's more of a defensive back. But yeah, he's been getting in there for some tackles, cutting off edges towards the boundary. So I've really liked Sam's performance on defense tonight. Got him lined up at the edge.
Takes a snap. Inside handoff. That's going to be Matt Began. Yeah. He's going to get into the 2nd level. He has some space. Gets bumped from behind by Salter and tackled just before midfield.
We got a flag.
Flag?
Yep.
Yep. Yep, we got a flag on the field. This would be huge if this could come back. Not sure what the call on the field is. But it is against Blue Hills.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Sideline warning.
sideline warning. That's the
I was going to
official
say,
call.
because I don't think they'd be.
I was going to say at the same exact
Yeah.
spot. Landers in motion. He pitches it out to him. Landers can't get far. Thomas Polidori and Christian Packard wrap him up. 2nd and 7 situation for the Warriors. We've got about 8.5 minutes left in this game. 6-6.
Good for 3 yards, where he's met tackled by West Bridgewater's number 25, Thomas Polidori, and number 26, Christian Packard. 2nd down and 7.
Mahoney taking the snap, inside handoff.
Good. Pursuit has been much better on defense. I'd assume they talked about that after the touchdown run. Like, guys, come on. We can't stand there on our heels and watch him run by us. It's been much better. They're physical at the point of attack. The offensive line is not getting nearly as much of a push as they were early on in this game. And even the secondary guys getting downhill, making tackles. But it's not over pursuit. You do have to find the balance, but it's been much better on this drive.
It's going to be Caden Montez with that run.
3rd and 5, Warriors.
Single RB formation. Landers in motion. He's going to give it inside to Matt Began. Can he get there for the first down? He got it. That's going to be another Warriors first down. Or is it? Let's see what they're going to give. Yep. Officially a first down for the Warriors. But again, clock is ticking. Blue Hills has to put some points on the board before halftime. Mahoney, handoff to Montez. Montez gets to the outside. He's got some space to work with. He gets tackled inside the 20 by Sam Salter and Armani Baptiste.
He's just so quick. I mean, again, was there a ton of room to work there with? There was enough, but not a ton. But he's just so quick, so fast, hit upfield perfectly. And Packard, was kind of tackling from behind, so it's a tough tackle to make. But rare missed tackle there. I think it's just because he's so quick, kind of slippery with the condensation, but good run.
They've definitely got a lot of guys involved in the run game so far. It definitely feels like Caden Montez has been the alpha so far.
He is the guy of this offense. The feature, not even the feature back, the feature player.
Oh, they're rolling out left. They're going to make a pass. They're throwing deep to the end zone.
Nope. Good play.
And it's going to be out of bounds.
That's not pass interference. He played the ball.
Pass breakup by Miguel Pleasance.
Good play. And I don't even know if he got his head around there, but he did still play the ball. You can't play the man in that situation. That's a pass interference. Typically, when a DB doesn't get his head around, you get flagged for the PI. You're playing the defender. But no, he played the ball well there, despite the fact that he was kind of in trail technique. So that's a really good play.
Miguel Pleasance, senior defensive back for the Wildcats.
So that's the thing, Blue Hills. All right, where's the evolution of your offense? If you're going to run the ball this much, it's going to open up the occasional play-action shot. Can you capitalize on them?
Two receiver formation. Mahoney takes a snap. Inside handoff to Began. Began gets stuffed.
It feels like West Bridgewater will stuff them on a run or two, but then Blue Hills will get a decent run. Then they're in 3rd and manageable or 4th and manageable, and they can pick up those short yardage situations. That's kind of felt like the theme. But overall, I think West Bridgewater's defense has played pretty good in this game so far. Couple slip-ups, but overall decent performance. Let's see if they can get the stop here down in the red zone.
3rd and 5 situation.
Big down.
One receiver out to the right side. Mahoney is going to take the snap. Another inside handoff to Began. He looks to truck forward, but it's still going to be a 4th down.
But this is what I'm talking about. Have you been impressed with Blue Hills this past 3 downs?
No.
No. But there's still, what a 4th and 2 here? This is very, 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 very manageable. This has kind of been the theme of the night. I feel like it's just coming down to a lot of 3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts, and that's advantage Blue Hills.
It's not the most pleasant football to watch, but gets the job done.
No. I mean, if you're, maybe that's your kind of football. I don't know. You grew up in the 70s. Maybe that's what you're used to. No disrespect. I appreciate every era of football, but
Hand off to Landers, and he's going to be wrapped up by Packard. Can he get the first down?
I can't tell from our angle, but it looks a little short.
It's going to be tight. We'll see where the ball is marked.
I don't know.
This is a pretty crucial call.
Oh, yeah. Good play by Paul O'Doherty.
Blue Hills ball carrier number 12,
Not sure if they're going to bring out the chains.
They probably will here.
They will.
Yep, and they will. You definitely going to bring up the chains. I can't tell from our angle. My guess is it's a little short, but man, it's close.
This is huge. This is undoubtedly huge because West Bridgewater has plenty of time. And
Little
it's going to be short.
Boom.
West Bridgewater stops them.
I got eyes of a hawk up here, Thomas. Eyes of a hawk. 2 for 2 on those tonight.
Another turnover on downs. Wildcats take over inside the 10.
Big stop.
This is not a great situation. Plenty of time for the Wildcats to score. Blue Hills doesn't have an offense that's going to be able to get down the field quickly. If they can go score on this possession and then get it at halftime, that's going to be absolutely instrumental if they want to win this game.
I will say the red zone defense, if you stop in high school football, especially a run-heavy team that's successfully kind of churning out runs like this, if you force them to 1 and 3 in the red zone, that is amazing.
Harris, outside pitch to the left to Ty Holmes. Ty Holmes looks to get to the boundary, jump cuts inside, and goes out of bounds.
That's fine. Good first run.
That's going to be a Wildcat first down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Blue Hills was clapping about there. I mean, that's a pretty good drive starter.
Yeah, first down right off the jump.
But hey, I'm all for charisma.
Again, Ty Holmes has really made the most of every single touch he's got. He's been electric for the Wildcats so far.
Offensive player of the game so far. He did get toasted on that first play action look on defense, but everything else has been an amazing night for Ty.
Another outside pitch to Holmes. Holmes, again, trying to get to the boundary. He gets wrapped up, but he keeps balance. Can't get past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I will say impressive contact balance, though, just to stay up after that first tackle attempt. Especially, he's a bit more of a smaller runner.
Yeah, that last push did get him past a little bit past the line of scrimmage. So, but that again, even plays like that where it kind of looks like he's in trouble, he's able to get something out of it, 2 or 3 yards, even when he looks like he's going to get wrapped up for no gain.
I would have liked to run up the middle there, though. After you hit him with the big one outside, now they're a little overprotective of the edge. Now you can hit him with one up the A or B gap.
He's going to fake it to Packard. Harris, stiff arms, tries to get to the outside, gets to the boundary, but can't get far.
They swarmed him on that play. I think the give to Packard might have been the better choice there. It looked like he might have had a gap, especially with all those scraping linebackers getting downhill so quickly to James. But they've got some speed and size on that defense.
They were able to get about 4 or 5 yards. So we're looking at a 3rd and 2 situation here.
This is where I run it up the, Packard, I know he fumbled early in the game. I still trust him. This is 2 down territory. Run up the middle will get the job done.
It's going to be a timeout by the Wildcats. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. 6-6. Wildcats are driving.
Well, I know I just said it's 2 down territory, but now I'm thinking about it. I got a question, Thomas. I want to hear what you think about this, okay? There's 3 minutes left in the game. Probably going to be a little less, but if the Wildcats, let's say they get stuffed at the line of scrimmage here, you got a 4th and 2, 4th and 1. You're in your own territory, not a whole lot of time left. If you do punt this ball away, good chance Blue Hills isn't going to score. I don't want to jinx it, but given their offensive style, the limited time, I would assume you got a good chance to stop them. But you have a really good running game. It's 4th and short. Do you just go for it? Obviously, the risk is Blue Hills has got an easy score to end the half, but the reward is you keep marching downfield. You have a chance to have a 2-score lead opening up halftime because, again, they're going to get the ball to start the second half. I don't know. Look, if you get stuffed here, what do you do?
I go for it.
Yeah.
I trust my personnel. I trust who I've got. I mean, these guys have been making plays all night long. You can give it a Salter on a jet sweep, Holmes on an outside pitch. I think either way, they'd be able to manage to pick up the 2 yards. Harris takes the snap, fakes the pitch to Holmes. He's rolling out right. He sees Destramp for a first down and more.
Yeah.
Destramp gets to the midway line, tries to cut back inside, blocked by Nunes. And he's going to go out of bounds past the 40, past the 35.
Probably why you got the timeout there, just to set that up. That's ballsy, and I think it's unexpected. These two teams have done a great job calling play actions when it's unexpected. The 1st and 10 by Blue Hills earlier in the game, didn't see that coming, had a guy wide open downfield. Here, 3rd and 2, you figure West Bridgewater is going to play it safe. A run up the middle will get the job done. That's been their memo all season in those short yardage situations. But no, you hit him with the play action, big gain. Now you're in Warriors territory.
Harris under center, a tight formation. Outside pitch to the left to Ty Holmes. Ty looking to get to the sideline. He gets there. He gets some yards and more. Inside the 20, Ty Holmes. And that's going to be another Wildcat first down.
He's so fast. Those guys, and West Bridgewater does a great job getting him a blocker or two downfield. At the receiver position, obviously, we don't want to know linemen, too many men downfield or anything, or a legal block downfield, but their receivers do a great job kind of pushing those linebackers and DBs horizontally, and Ty has so much speed that he can hit those little bursts and little gaps towards the sideline. It's like a guaranteed 7 yards at least when it's run right.
Harrison shotgun, takes the snap, Salter in motion. Harris rolling out right, goes back to the left. Is he going to be brought down?
Yeah.
He tries to get for a couple more yards, but he can't get there. Could not get back to the line of scrimmage. And we're looking at a pretty long 2nd down here.
Yeah, passing attack has been a little underwhelming so far this game, in my opinion. I don't know.
Outside of the big
yeah.
gain, not much going.
No, and I like that they're trying it. I think it's there, and there have clearly been strides so far this season. But I don't know. I think you've got something going with the run game right now on this drive. I'd kind of stick with it until you really have a great look at a pass.
Harris takes a snap, fakes it to Holmes. He's going to look to throw deep.
Oh, yeah.
A wide open Luke Destramp. Could he get the ball over? Nope, he's going to be stopped at the 1 yard line.
All right. That's all right. That throw, maybe you want to critique it and say, oh, it was a tad bit late. Luke could have scored if it was just a bit earlier, but I'm not complaining. That's a big pickup. Luke had a good out route there, get plenty of separation. Good ball from Harris. 1st and goal here.
1st and goal on the 1.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blunder this. This should be, I don't want to jinx it, should be 6 points.
There we go. We just talked about how the passing attack outside of that long game has been underwhelming. There you go. Great job by Harris rolling out right, finding Destramp. Let's see if they can punch it in for their 2nd score of the day. Harris, play's going to be blown dead before. He was going for the sneak. That's going to be timeout Wildcats. Kogler is not happy.
Timeout, West Bridgewater.
Not sure what happened there. But
I don't think they set correctly.
Yep.
On that play.
Yeah, Kogler is not happy. Did not like what he saw. But 1:35 left. This is the perfect situation for the Wildcats because Blue Hills is not, so far from what I've seen, not the style of team that is going to be able to score in about 90 seconds.
No,
they just can't do it.
No. Even, they do have 3 timeouts, which helps, but no, because they don't have a passing attack. It's tough to get downfield when you're just running the ball. You don't have that passing attack to lean on, and especially even with their running attack, couple big runs, but for the most part, it's chipping away. They're not built to play from behind or to get a quick score like this.
Harris looking to sneak it in.
They went
Tries
right
to go
back
up the middle.
to the same play.
And he gets in. Touchdown, James Harris.
Same exact play.
West Bridgewater.
Harris cuts back inside for the 1 yard score. And the Wildcats are going to go up 12-6.
Touchdown by number 5.
Destramp getting set for the PAT. Destramp with the kick. And it's good. The Wildcats will take a 7-point lead with 90 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, your defense needs to show up for 90 more seconds. Ensure we didn't jinx things up here in the box.
Yep.
That Blue Hills ends up coming away with the score here. But assume you go up, score into halftime. You'd start with the ball. If you can get a 2-score lead midway through the 3rd quarter, things become tough on Blue Hills because it is when you have these run-heavy teams that don't like to throw the ball. it's a lot harder to stick with that style when you're playing from behind because you need scores in a shorter period of time. You can't milk the clock. You can't play that style anymore. That's a little out of Blue Hills' element. So that would be interesting. That would be a big advantage for West Bridgewater.
This is perfect for them. With momentum, with the ball in the second half. This is a really promising start from the Wildcats.
I think that's why they like to defer. They like their guys to come out firing, and then all of a sudden, if you're going into a lead at halftime and you get the ball to start, it puts these run-heavy teams at a really ugly spot.
Destremp with the long kick. Landers picks it up inside the 10. Tries to go up the middle. Stiff arms the blocker.
Oh.
He gets forward to about the 25. We've got flags flying everywhere. We'll see what the call is.
West Bridgewater kickoff by number 1, Luke Destrand. Return on the play by the Warriors, number 12, Aiden Landers. Tackled on the play by West Bridgewater Jr., number 54, Liam Collins.
I believe that was a block in the back. Against Blue Hills.
Flag on the play is against Blue Hills.
Yep, that's what it's going to be.
So now they're really, I mean,
At the
good luck
11-yard line right now.
Yeah, good luck.
Minute 21 seconds left.
First and 10 Warriors from the 11.
3 timeouts, but if you got to go 89 yards in 80 seconds and you can't complete a pass, good luck.
Honestly, if I was Blue Hills, I would just
I would run a run play and see.
Yeah.
Because if you can get a big gain, they've had a couple decent gains so far. Maybe you have something, but the odds of them scoring here is low. And if you do get stuffed on this first run, maybe you run a second run play just to see. But you get two. I'd say like at max you get 2 feel-out runs here, and then maybe you just think about kneeing it. West Bridgewater's only got 1 timeout, so it's going to be tough for them to stop clock here and get the ball back themselves with a good look. But
my point is I wouldn't rush. No hurry up. See what this first play gives you and see how you can set up for the rest of the drive. But time is not on their side. Mahoney under center, 2 receiver formation. He takes a snap. Hand off to Montez. Montez gets wrapped up.
yeah, run a second run play. I'd go. They're going to call one of their timeouts here.
Tackled by
That's
Sean
a
Hancock.
fine drive starter. You try something.
Yeah, the 3 timeouts makes things a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, it makes things a lot more accessible, I should say.
8 yards on the play. He's tackled by sophomore number 83, Sean Hancock.
They were able to pick up 8 yards on the play. We're looking at a 2nd and 2 situation, a minute 13 left. Tight end Jimmy Donovan outright. Mahoney takes a snap, outside pitch. Oh, but he's going to give it to Landers. Landers is going to look to get to the outside, and Salter throws him down at the 20.
Good tackle, Sam. He didn't get low, but he didn't need to. Great play. You keep him in bounds here, so does Blue Hills use their second timeout, or do they just keep the clock rolling? It looked like they were going to go Philly special there, but...
Yep, they are in hurry up. But Matt Began, he looks like he's going to be able to get the first down.
Good tackle again, Sam. This has been Sam's best defensive game of the year so far. Really been engaged in the box. They've kind of slid him into that edge roll on a consistent basis.
And they're going to just make a quick spike here.
Great half for Sam on the defensive end.
2nd down for the Warriors.
This is a good start to the... I know they picked up a first down, but West Bridgewater should be happy right now. They're down to 1 timeout, I think, right? They're down to 1 timeout. They're still within their own 30.
Yeah, not even halfway to midfield.
And they had 80 seconds. Now they're down to 43. So this is a very successful drive for West Bridgewater. You just want to make sure there's no big play. here. But they're keeping them in bounce, pretty short yardage pickups. This is good. But I like dropping the corners back though, because the pass play is very much in the potential cards here.
Landers in motion, outside pitch to Began. Began.
Good tackle again.
He's going to be tackled by Sean Hancock.
Yeah.
His second tackle of the drive.
So they're going to use, I believe, their last time. They might have one more left in their pocket, but.
By Wildcats sophomore number 83, Sean Hancock.
Yep, going to be a timeout.
Like, I hate to leave anything on the board like that, but you know what? Go for it if you're Blue Hills. You're already this deep into the drive.
Warriors.
What's West Bridgewater going to do with 30 seconds?
Yep.
If you punt it away into their own, into their own zone, but.
We're looking at I believe it's a 3rd and 5 situation here for the Warriors. Wildcats need 2 more stops. Let's see what the Warriors can do here. As we said, 33 seconds left. Wildcats 13, Warriors 6. Mahoney takes a snap. He's rolling out. An incomplete pass to number 88.
4th and 5, Blue Hills should just punt this away. I'd be like, why go for it at this point? It looks like their offense is staying on the field, but I don't know why. I mean, I know it's going to be tough for West Bridgewater to score, even if you get stopped on downs with such limited time, but.
That's going to be an incomplete pass to Jadamilson Cardoso.
But, like, again, if West Bridgewater gets a stop here, they're within your own 30, 35-yard line with a timeout to stop the clock, even if you keep this in bounds, but they're going to punt it anyway.
They're going to look to punt away. That punt's going to roll a little bit.
What a punt.
Oh, wow.
Great punt.
Can this get inside the 10?
Close. That's a great punt.
Not quite.
It scared me, though, a little bit. I apologize, but Blue Hills' offensive personnel and punting personnel is very similar.
Yep.
But here, West Bridgewater just take a knee, you'll call it a half.
Rolling all the way to just about the 10-yard line.
So far, this was a pretty ideal half for the Wildcats. They have a lead going in halftime. They get the ball. And as you talked about, that's why deferring to the second half in these types of situations are so smart. You trust your offense to figure it out despite not starting with the ball. And now you come into the second half looking like a genius. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to kneel and they're going to head into halftime.
West Bridgewater will kneel.
Wildcats are going to have a 13-6 lead heading into halftime here. So far, a very run-heavy game on both sides, but the Wildcats have been able to open up the offense with the passing attack, been able to get Destramp involved. Lots of jet sweep actions. Ty Holmes been playing out of the slot. He's been huge for them so far. We've got a touchdown from Harris and a touchdown from Holmes. And we will be back before the second half begins. Welcome back to the second half of the West Bridgewater Wildcats versus the Blue Hills Warriors. 13-6 heading into the second half. Wildcats are going to get the ball. And kind of like we've talked about, the Wildcats, this has been a very run-heavy game so far to start, as expected. It's been interesting to see how much the Wildcats have actually thrown the ball. Like, they have thrown, although it's been a little underwhelming at times, they have thrown it quite a lot.
Both teams. Blue Hills is averaging,
throwing it more.
what, 0.66 pass attempts per game. They've thrown it in this game. They've played 6 games so far heading into this one. They've thrown it 4 times. They're averaging under a pass attempt per game. So far in this game, they've thrown it, what, 2 to 3 times?
Yep.
So both teams passing above the expected rate. I said, man, if I was in Vegas, what would I set this total passing attempt line at? I came in at a number at 3.5 heading into this game. The line has been shattered, crushed so far in this game. Not saying it's been a pass-heavy, airing it out. It has been mainly the run game, but both teams have passed it a little more than we've thought they would, and that just shows these sides are evolving as the season goes on. They're building, they're growing, they're implementing play action, which is a really nice compliment when you're so run heavy and you're forcing teams to stack the box against you.
Absolutely. And you know, Blue Hills may throw more times today than they have previously in all 6 games of their season. That just goes to show the Wildcats are going to make you adjust. Okay, that's the one thing. Obviously, we've seen the type of personnel of the Wildcats putting on the field. We've seen their approach defensively, and Blue Hills knows they have to adjust. So even though, again, this is not a strong suit of theirs, they literally have had multiple games where they haven't thrown the ball, but they just know that they have to adjust if they want a chance in this game. Sophomore Ryan Nunes and Ty Holmes back to return the kick. Senior tight end Jimmy Donovan ready to make the kick here. Switching up the kicking formation here. It's going to be a squib. Holmes bobbles it, recovers it. Tries to go up the middle, cuts inside, and he's going to be wrapped up by number 66. Patrick Dockham. If the Wildcats can really score here with time on their side, this game may not be over necessarily, but it's going to be really hard with Blue Hills' style of play.
Let's definitely not say over, but they're in firm control. And I don't want to jinx it. They had a turnover earlier in the game with the weather conditions, but this isn't a team that turns it over a lot. They play safe. They can kill clock with the run game. I like West Bridgewater playing with a multi-score lead.
Fake jet sweep to Salter. Harris goes up the middle, but he's going to be tackled down. Only gains about a couple of yards here.
You know, Ty's had a really good night, but Packard has, what, 2 runs, 1 fumble. James has been bottled up. I don't think he's picked up a 10-plus yard run yet in this game. It has been more passing. They haven't had a ton of possession, so let's see. But Blue Hills' defense, not going to say they're elite, but they're a good unit, and they've stopped 2/3 of this rushing attack so far. Ty has been the struggle, especially getting to the boundary.
Harris takes a snap. Outside pitch to Ty Holmes on the left side. Holmes cuts back inside and goes out of bounds past the 45-yard line in their own territory. Yeah, I mean, Blue Hills, they're 4-2 for a reason, right? This is a team that's a really strong team on both sides of the ball. So I think that they've been able, they've done their homework. They've watched the film. They know who the lead playmakers are, and they know how to stop them. Ty Holmes has been able to get some stuff going, but like you said, other than that, they haven't really been able to get much going on the ground with Harris and with Packard.
It's tough. It's pick your poison. They have so many different runs they can go to at each personnel setting, but their linebackers should shade a bit more to the edge, to the outside here.
Harris fakes the inside run to Packard. He's going to take it himself.
Nice.
Oh,
there you go. There's a 10-plus yard
run. Yeah, I was
run.
going to say,
there we go.
There's
great design there.
There you go. Harris gets to the outside. He's going to get in for a Wildcat first down.
But, like, they've got guys that can win in the trenches. They have size. They have D linemen that can kind of hold their own. They've been minimal gains up the middle. West Virginia is doing a decent amount of damage, though, with those runs to the edge. I have seen once or twice, though, when those linebackers really play the outside run, get a good jump on it, they're stuffing these runs for 1 to 2 yards, if not behind the line of scrimmage. So I think their linebackers, they're playing so tight near the A-gap. Let them loose a little bit. I want these guys a little closer to the edge to stop those big runs on the outside.
Harris drops back, screen pass to
There's a
Destramp.
screen.
Salter, lead blocker. Destramp gets to the outside and goes out of bounds. We're looking at another Wildcat first down.
You can never get a guy like Luke the ball enough, especially if you're not going to throw it a whole lot. The screen, it's an extension of the run game. It's a way to get those receivers like Luke, Sam, Ryan involved, even though you don't throw it a ton. So that's the second time we've seen them attack that off-man coverage. The first time it was a curl. Luke was open, just a misfire. Slid off his hands, but there they get him with the screen. It's a nice pickup. That's a good way to attack that off-man coverage. Force those guys to now respect you a little bit more, closer to the line of scrimmage. And if they don't, keep hitting them with those. Those will work all day.
Harris under center, takes a snap, hand off to Holmes. Holmes jump cuts inside. He's going to get a solid gain of about 8 or 9 here. Yeah, I'd love to see the screen pass become a really prominent part of their offense, because we've seen it a little bit, but it feels like more something that they have to go to as opposed to something that they design. But every time they've done it, they've worked. Even in games prior, when they've run screen plays with Holmes, and we just saw a design one with Luke there, it always ends up working because they're so athletic, they're so fast, and they're so great and out in space. I almost want to see it designed even more.
Well, that's the thing. They work for 2 different reasons. The one with Ty Holmes works because James rolling out can pull all the linebackers to that side because he has so much gravity as a runner. The ones with Luke work because, well, the cornerback's playing 10 yards, 8 yards off of him. He's got plenty of real estate to work with. And, of course, both of them are great with the ball in their hands.
Another handoff with Holmes. Holmes looking to get to the outside. Can he get all the way in?
He fumbled. He's down.
He's going to be marked down. Holmes with an explosive run out left.
I'm like on my toes with the fumbles because you know it's raining. They had one earlier. You see a ball come free, you start to freak out a little bit after one of those. But no, he was down. Good run by Ty. Good push. He had room to work with, and he took advantage of the rest of it. Oh, but it's coming back.
Flag on the play.
Holding.
Unfortunately, despite the great run, we are looking at a holding call. So West Bridgewater will be brought back to the 31-yard line. 8:43 remaining here in the third quarter. 2nd and 11 for the Wildcats.
Second down and 11.
Harris takes the snap. Fakes the jet sweep to Holmes. Harris can't get far.
Yeah, they bottled those up. This is like Harris's quietest night on the ground so far.
Yeah, they've really done a good job of bottling up all the read option plays.
Yeah, and I think part of it, again, they have a lot of decent hold on the line of scrimmage. They have some big guys in the trenches. In a lot of James's runs, he's been trying to get up the middle. And the reason his runs to the edge haven't been as successful as Ty's is because they're just a bit more long developing. Those linebackers, again, they're playing so close onto the A-gaps that when you have a quick pitch out to Ty, he's got time to beat those guys out to the edge. James, he's got to go through the read option, look inside, and then cut it out. And by that point, the linebackers have enough time to get to the edge and stop it.
Harris dropped back.
Oh,
a duck.
no.
Interception. Aiden Landers. I think the ball could have potentially been deflected there.
I think so.
But that's going to be an interception. And Blue Hills will take over inside the 30.
The linebacker played it well. That's another one. They're trying to go to those quick hitters. How do you beat off-man coverage? The quick passing game around the line of scrimmage. Get it in the ball, into your playmaker's hands there. They were targeting Ryan Nunes, who only been targeted a couple times this season, but he's really fast. He had a punt return touchdown last week, as a matter of fact, trying to get the ball to him. But the linebacker jumped it and played it well. Granted, the deflection or misfire there by James. I don't know which one it was. Definitely a big factor in the interception.
Mahoney takes a snap. Outside pitch to Montez.
But now your Blue Hills, I mean, it's only a one-score game. You've got a quarter and a half left. It's plenty of time for them to keep sticking with that run-heavy approach. That's a missed opportunity by the Wildcats to go up by 2 scores, kill even more clock, get them out of their environment. This is still well within reach for Blue Hills. They can still run that slow, run-heavy approach. And if they keep doing that, 2 turnovers is killer in this game. You're only going to get so many possessions. This one now, it's probably going to go down to the wire or at least be like a respectable score in the end. This is definitely not going to be some blowout win.
Yeah, and it was looking it might go that direction. And another really promising drive. They even went to the 1 before it was called back. Just
killer.
Absolute killer.
They don't make too many mistakes like that, though.
Mahoney, quick inside handoff. To Matt Began. We'll see what the call is. Someone down on the field for the Wildcats here.
Logan Cyrick.
Believe so. He's in a lot of pain. He walks off on his own accord. Good to see. They are going to rule it a first down for the Warriors here.
Warriors first down run by number 2.
Let's hope Cyrix is all right. He's been a huge part of their offensive and defensive line so far throughout the season. Mahoney outside pitch to Montez. Montez looking to get to the boundary. He's going to get a first down and more. Explodes to the second level before tackled by the Wildcats. That's going to be Christian Packard on the tackle.
Yeah, good hustle to get back in the play, but they hit a couple. Oh, another injury.
Number 1, Kate Montez, gets another Blue Hills.
Yeah, that's going to be another.
Tackled on the play.
Another Wildcat down.
Number 55, Ben Nealon.
Is it Nathaniel Frechette?
Senior, number 26, Christian Packard.
No.
That's going to be Chris Flip. Walking off under his own power. Looks like it's something to do with his right leg. Clock's going to continue to roll. Clock's going to continue to roll as Flip comes off the field. Maloney handoff to Matt Began.
It's 2 decent gains in a row. Obviously, the big hitter put them in Wildcats territory, and then that's about an 8-9 yard pickup. So the run game it went from chipping away to now they're getting some explosives.
Yep.
And that becomes a little dangerous. There's a war of attrition typically with the run game. Who can last longer? Who can get that push as we get to the third, fourth quarter? You start to run out of energy. It's a good sign for Blue Hills so far to start this drive.
Mahoney takes a snap, handoff Landers. Flag is called before.
Flag on the play.
We're looking at a false start against Blue Hills. They're going to be backed up 5 yards. But yeah, like you talked about, the fact that they're getting more of these explosive run plays is really concerning for the Wildcats, because so far that's kind of been the focus, is that they've been able to, even though they're still chipping out these yards, they've been able to keep it to kind of shorter.
Yeah, and then
yardages.
they're winning the red zone battle.
Yep.
So in the end, it comes out as a win. You hold them to 6 points through 2.5 quarters, but
Mahoney handoff to Landers. Landers tries to get to the outside. Does he have a first down? He does. Another Warriors first down.
I will say I've appreciated the hustle on the back end from the Wildcats, though. Polidori had a really nice tackle coming out of his – he's the defensive tackle. He's playing in the trenches. He got out to the flat for a tackle earlier. Packards had 1 or 2. Sam's had 1. In there, I believe that was – who got the tackle there?
Not sure. Couldn't tell from this angle.
It is tough from our angle to tell, but I've enjoyed the hustle at the very least. But they need to start, again, getting a little bit of a push in the front.
Mahoney takes a snap, handoff to Began. Began cuts inside. He's going to gain about 5 yards.
Yeah, there's just they're sealing out gaps, specifically in the B gap a lot. There's just been space for this run game to operate, and that's Began, who we really haven't called a whole lot tonight, except for pretty minimal gains. And now he's getting going too, and he's kind of the secondary option to this offense. So,
yeah, as you're talking about with Polidori being able to get out and make that tackle, again, that kind of speaks to the identity of this team. A lot of speed, a lot of athleticism, so they have a lot of guys that can make plays. Mahoney handoff to Matt Began again.
it's a nice stop. But now you're third and manageable. It's like,
Yep.
these last 2 plays, they were fine pickups. Nothing crazy, but you're third and very, very short. This is 4-down territory. You're going to keep the chains moving here.
Yep.
That's why these drives have gone pretty long for Blue Hills. No big hitters, but they're moving down the field. The question is, can they capitalize in the red zone now?
West Bridgewater senior, number 55.
Holding an offense at 33% red zone efficiency in a game, that's an impressive feat. But will it hold is the question, because they're about to get another they're about to be. They're knocking on the door of the red zone right now.
Yeah, this has been a terrific drive. They're going to bring out
Chains for the third time. I'd say I'm 2 for 2 so far tonight. I'm going to say this is short, but it is weird that they're bringing it out. But I don't know. Like, they have a suspicion, but I think it's short.
You are 3
for 3.
3 for 3 on the day.
Yep.
Another beautiful call.
From the bird's eye view.
This is why you guys listen for this expert analysis.
Yep, that's why Greg Sheedy called me Aiden Hawkeye Mayer in first grade.
First grade.
Baseball
Wow.
team. Yeah, that was the nickname he gave me. And clearly we can see why. 3 for 3. I'm not even on the field either. I'm not a part of the chain game.
Nope.
I can just tell from up here because I have those hawk eyes.
Terrific eyesight, for sure.
I eat my carrots. Just kidding. I actually don't like carrots.
Mahoney, under center. Another handoff to Began. Began trips
up
forward,
there.
but he's still going to get the first down.
Warriors ball carrier number 2.
Their cutback lanes, so I mean, they haven't needed cutbacks too much tonight, but it is interesting. There have been a couple plays in this second half so far where Sam is just screaming off the edge, coming unblocked because they have so many guys up at the line of scrimmage. Blue Hills can't block them all. So obviously, Sam being left unblocked, if you have a quick hitter to the left side, does it really matter? No, Sam can't make a play in that scenario. But if they try to hit a cutback because their first run or two rushing lane is blocked off, Sam's going to end up screaming down the line and getting a tackle for loss on one of these plays.
Montez in motion, handoff, Landers. Landers trying to bounce to the outside.
He had him. Right there. Too many arm tackles, I think, in this game, too. I've seen a few too many arm tackles, kind of from both sides, but especially for West Bridgewater in particular on this drive. Just a couple, like, lunging out. Like, you got to get your shoulder in there. Get a little lower. Few too many missed tackles, which I haven't said a whole lot for them this season, but I think it's been a theme tonight.
2 receiver formation, 2nd and 5. Montez in motion again. Mahoney, another handoff inside to Matt Began. But a stuff. We're looking at 3rd and 4 here. Again, it's like you talked about, they're winning the battle of the red zone. And so far, that's remained true. Every single time they get into the red zone, the Wildcats defense just really turns up a notch. And they're doing it again.
Yeah, well, Blue Hills is moving the chains. And this is still 3rd and manageable. This is still 2-down territory. But will they pick it up? I mean, I don't know. West Bridgewater's come up big in these spots, and they're winning at the end of these drives. It's not like Blue Hills isn't moving the chains. They should have more than 6 points.
Mahoney outside pitch to Montez. Montez trying to get to the boundary. Nunes chases him out of bounds.
That's good.
4th down.
Yep. It's like a trap in basketball. They took away that original lane, and then Montez there, he's forced to basically cut it outside with hardly any space.
No space.
What did he get? Maybe a yard?
Maybe. Well, they had a guy protecting the boundary, and then Nunes chasing him out of bounds to the right. There's nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to go. There's absolutely nowhere to go. It was a good job by the boundary corner, kind of containing that edge and forcing him outside. No lane to run, and Nunes chasing him to the sideline.
They're going to go for it, though. Mahoney, handoff to Montez. Montez is going to get stopped.
That's a stop. Red zone defense.
Another red zone stop. That's going to be Polidori, Ben Nealon, and Sam Salter.
Red zone defense. Theme of the night. 1 of 4. Are you kidding me?
Sideline is fired up.
As they should be. Red zone defense. You don't see this a lot in high school football where a team is moving the chains, and they're falling short in the red zone because the defense steps up. That's huge. That's massive. And on a night where the Wildcats have 2 turnovers and only 13 points as we enter the 4th quarter, that's massive. Defense. Huge night for the defense.
Harris takes a snap, pitch to Holmes. Holmes looking to get to the outside.
Good block.
Cuts inside, spin moves, and tackles.
Let's go, Packer. Did you see that block?
That was a great block.
That's why you got Christian Packard out there, not only for those runs up the middle, which haven't been big of a theme tonight, but for the blocking. That dude can block. He can get out in space and run some guys over like he did on that play. That's a pancake block from a big dude.
Well, West Bridgewater hasn't had a lot of runs up the middle at all, which is why we're seeing a lot of the pitches, seeing a lot of the jet sweeps.
Blue Hills has stuffed them, but again, I don't know why the adjustment hasn't been made. Why are your linebackers so clamped up in the A-gaps? Your D-line has got that, okay, and you can still get there. Widen out a little bit. This is a little better, but I still want another step if I'm the Warriors.
Harris pitches it to the outside of Ty Holmes. That's going to be a Wildcat first down. Ty Holmes.
You need that support on the edge. That's where you're getting beat. I'm not complaining if I'm West Bridgewater, but I think that's one adjustment Blue Hills could make.
West Bridgewater's Ty Holmes, the ball carrier.
Yeah, the read options haven't really been a huge theme of this game as they have previously all season, but another great first down for the Wildcats using the read option.
Yeah, but the outside runs have been there to kind of save the day for sure.
Another outside pitch to Holmes. Packard, the lead blocker. He's able to truck forward for a couple of yards. Believe we're looking at 2nd and 4 here. 6-yard pickup from Ty Holmes as the 3rd quarter ends.
Ty Holmes with a 6-yard carry makes it 2nd down and 4.
13-6 Wildcats heading into the fourth quarter.
Score is West Bridgewater 13, Blue Hills 6.
Like, we can't stress it enough. The defense in the red zone has been
Key.
unbelievable.
Key to the game.
The offense has made a couple of mistakes, and, you know, kind of earlier when the drive starts, the defense hasn't been perfect. But when the pressure's on, to make a stop, the defense has showed up every single time.
Yeah, very proud of that unit. Have they forced a takeaway? No. But holding the team to 6 points when they got to the red zone 4 separate times, and they need them tonight. This isn't one of these games where West Bridgewater's putting up 30-plus points.
Yep.
Okay, they've had the 2 turnovers. They haven't had the ball a ton. This is James's quietest game of the year so far. But the defense has showed up, and the offense has done enough. But this is a big drive here. If you get a 2-score lead, and Blue Hills now has got under 10 minutes to operate, the pressure's on them. Can they run this run-heavy offense all night? Playing down by 2 scores with limited time, it becomes more difficult. Now you're forcing them to pass. They're getting themselves in more 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs probably because they haven't completed one.
Harris, inside handoff to Packard. He's only going to get about a couple of yards. We're looking at a 3rd and 2. But yeah, this has been one of the more slow nights for the Wildcat offense so far, I would say.
Yeah, Blue Hills has got a good defense. They're stuffing, again, we talked about it, all those runs up the middle, all the RPO looks, which has been a killer for every other team. But Blue Hills has bottled it up.
Harris trying to get to the outside.
Man.
That's going to be that's going to be a face mask.
Yeah.
That's going to be an automatic first down. You can see it right away. Harris was trying to split the gap and just gets ripped back. Let's see what the call on the field here is to confirm. Yep. Face mask, automatic first down.
James wants a new ball. It looks like that ball was getting a little too wet for James. He's calling for a new one.
That's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and the Wildcats are officially in their own territory. Excuse me, out of their own territory. Yeah, I don't blame him for wanting to switch balls. I mean, we've seen it a couple times this game where just like it looks like a catch is going to be made and just slips right through.
Yeah.
This is more their traditional set right here. Their more traditional running back set. Let's see what they can do with it. Harris fakes the pitch outside, throws to Luke in the flats. Luke's going to be just shy of a first down.
That's a great counter. They've run those tosses all night to Ty. That's been probably their most successful offensive play, and they've gone to it time and time again. That's a great counter to it. Roll James out off the fake to the opposite side. Luke's open in the flat with some real estate to work with. Second and very, very manageable here.
And I really want to highlight James here because I feel like that's where his growth has been this season. Just he gets that pass off so fast. He sees defenders hurrying at him, and he fires it quickly. Just tremendous decision-making. Harris with the snap. Jet sweep to Holmes. Holmes looking to get to the outside. He does. First down and more. Cuts back inside before he's piled on by multiple Blue Hills defenders.
Good, though. Gets the first down. Take a 6-yard, 7-yard sweep any day.
Absolutely. That's going to be another Wildcat first down.
I believe he stayed in bounds, which is important because you're at the point of the game now where if you're in Blue Hills territory, you're up by a score, you're just trying to, you wouldn't mind to kill some clock. Keep letting it leak, so you're approaching the 10-minute mark. I know a lot of the runs are to the boundary. If you go out of bounds for a big gain, so be it, but ideally you do want to keep the ball in bounds. The main premise, you got to score, but keeping the ball in bounds and keeping that clock moving certainly does not hurt.
Harris takes a snap. Inside handoff to Holmes. Holmes going to gain about 5 yards.
West Bridgewater ball carrier number 4, Ty Holmes. It's 5 yards on the play.
We've seen a couple more inside runs this drive. I almost wonder if Blue Hills is at least a little bit starting to be more aware of the fact that
I mean, they
Westwood's
should
trying
have
to
been
get to
a
the
long
boundary.
time ago. I think that adjustment should have been made at, like, halftime, end of the second quarter. We're in the fourth quarter now. I mean, we can take a look at their linebackers. Yeah, their linebackers are getting wider, for sure. They used to be clamped up in those A-gaps, but...
Inside handoff to Packard. Packard taking on a couple defenders. Can he get the first? Let's see.
Nope. But your third... Oh, yeah, he did.
Yep, that's going to be another Wildcat first down.
Good to get him going again.
Yep.
As soon, again, you do see those linebackers starting to get a little wider. It looked like the inside run game's starting to work a little bit again. So, hey, let's hit it with Packard. That's where he's kind of going to make his bread and butter.
Yep.
And it's been a while since he's carried the ball. I think that's his first touch since the first quarter.
Harris takes a snap. Fakes it to Packard on the
Nice.
inside. Pitches it to Holmes on the outside.
Nice,
Holmes
nice.
going all the way.
Boom.
Touchdown, Ty Holmes.
Beautiful.
The read option.
Boom.
The staple of
That's
their
awesome.
offense. Holmes is able to get all the way, and the Wildcats are going to take a 19-6 lead.
That was perfect. That was so pure. That type of football is just pure, okay? The timing on the toss from James was perfect. It was a perfect delivery. Ty had no problem handling it. Good block by Luke. The defenders, they were suctioned up inside in case, because they saw that read option. Now you're trying to get downhill, stop James, stop Packard.
He's getting
Harris,
in for the
easy.
2-point conversion.
I don't think that was designed that way,
Not
but
at
it
all.
works. It works. But going back to that touchdown play, again, the defense is kind of suctioning in. They see the read option. All right, is Packard getting the ball? Is James getting the ball? But James tossed it at the perfect time. And Ty had daylight to work with. They had numbers on the outside. Good block from Luke. Good block to seal those guys off on the interior by the offensive line. And Ty, with his speed, with his burst, if he gets a hole, he's hitting it. He saw daylight. He took advantage. Wildcats have a 2-score lead with under 9 minutes left. You're in a really, really good spot. The game isn't over, but you feel really, really good. This is what I was talking about. This is out of Blue Hills' element now. Okay, can you run that run-heavy offense, killing 5 minutes per drive if you're Blue Hills now? Not anymore. You need points, and you need them now.
Kogler's play calling was excellent that drive. He kind of saw that the defense was adjusting, so he said, all right, we're going to continue to, now we're going to hit them up the middle. And now the Blue Hills is like, all right, they're going up the middle, so now let's kind of creep back in. Second they do that, going all the way.
If you're Blue Hills, you're thinking, all right, well, they're starting to go up the middle because they're countering our linebackers getting wider to the edge, and they want to keep the ball in bounds so they can kill clock. Then you hit them with that. It's a beautiful counter.
Landers back on the return. Gets past the 20. He's going up the middle.
Oof. Oh,
he was.
Yeah. I think he was down, but I don't blame him for getting back up. I don't know if he was touched.
Yeah, did a little front flip. That was.
Returned by the Warriors, number 12.
I can't do that.
Yeah, like you said, it'll be interesting to see what Blue Hills does now that they're in this situation with time not being on their side. And that 2-point conversion, although not planned, really, really helps them here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. I mean, it makes things even tougher for Blue Hills. They've struggled in the red zone. Now they're going to need a 2-point conversion at some point. You can't just kick 2 PATs.
Yep.
If they even get an opportunity for 2 PATs, which I don't want to jinx things. I don't think Blue Hills is scoring twice and coming back in this game.
And Harris is such a quick decision maker. I mean, even on a play like that where he sees, all right, I'm not going to be able to get this snap down in time. He just takes it all the way for 2 points. Mahoney under center. He's going to take the snap, go out to Montez. Montez trying to get to the outside, cuts back in, and tackled for about a 6-yard gain.
Warriors ball carrier, number 1, Kate Montez.
Time is ticking here. We've got about 8.5 minutes. Wildcats 21, Blue Hills 6.
7 yards on the play. Tackled by West Bridgewater's number 83, Sean Hancock.
Montez in motion. Mahoney rolling out. Sees Montez in the flats. Montez gets a first down and more. Just shy of the 30-yard line.
Warriors junior quarterback, number 10, Braden Mahoney's pass is complete. To number 1, Kate Montez.
Yeah, Blue Hills is going to start moving quick, or at least a little quicker.
They've been kind of playing hurry up all of the second half. I've noticed that. They're getting...
It's a slow hurry up.
Yep. But they're getting back quicker than usual. Mahoney rolling out to the left side. He's going to make a throw deep to number 88.
He had him.
Just off his right hand.
These receivers, man, they got to make some plays. They've missed out on a couple opportunities. This is a different game if their receivers come down with catches. I'm not saying these have been perfect balls, but that's catchable.
Yep.
But this is what I mean. Blue Hills, they got to start throwing the ball now. And now all of a sudden, typically on second down and approaching third down, they're 4 yards are in. But when you throw the ball and it's an incompletion, you're not chipping away anymore. Now you're in second and long, third and long, and that only forces more throwing of the football. So Blue Hills have got to change their style a little bit here. And this style, it's not their offensive identity. This isn't their comfort zone.
That was an incompletion to Captain Jadamilson Cardoso, senior tight end. Mahoney takes the snap. Flag on the play. We'll see what the call is.
I think they had two guys moving at once on that play before the ball was snapped, I believe. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
Blue Hills run by number 12, Aiden Landers.
Yeah, they had two guys, so I was right. They did have two guys in motion before the snap, so not always right, but sometimes.
There you go. Good for something.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I could be a ref, but maybe I'll have to try my hand at it.
They're going to be backed up, though. This is a 2nd and 15. Clock is stopped. Oh, now it's rolling again. Mahoney under center. Began in motion. Began's going to go out wide.
That's a bad throw. That's a bad throw.
Clock stopped again. 3rd and 15 situation. This is not... I don't know what they're going to do here, but it's beginning to look more and more in the Wildcats' favor.
Oh, yeah.
And just not sure what they're going to be able to do here, but they got to look deep.
Again, we've predicted this all game. You force them to throw the ball because they're trailing with minimal time left. Now, all game, this third down has been a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. What is it now, a 3rd and 15? Granted, yes, there was a penalty flag in there, but they've also had 2 incompletions. So 3rd and short now becomes 3rd and long for a team that wants to run the football. But you can't here.
Mahoney takes a snap. Long pitch to Montez. Montez trying to get into the second level, but he gets wrapped up by Sam Salter.
Boom. Dog. Absolute dog.
Salter with the stuff. It's going to be a 4th and very long.
He has been fantastic. Getting downhill, making tackles. Dog. But, I mean, again, I said you can't run it there, but I guess Blue Hills thought different. I don't know.
Well,
not sure. I don't know.
Now we're looking at 4th and 12. Clock's ticking.
Now your DBs play back. They've been playing up near the line of scrimmage all game. This is maybe where you go back to your cover 3 principles. Just don't let up the big play.
Another run play.
On 4th down and 12.
But Montez is making something happen.
Are you serious?
He's going to get a 1st down.
Come on.
Caden Montez.
Come on. You know, do I understand that play call on 4th and 12 running the football? Absolutely not. But I guess when you haven't completed a pass all night, and Montez has been making plays like that, you had him for a loss.
That play looked dead in the water.
The game's over if you make that tackle.
Like I said, it looked dead in the water, and Montez just used his speed and shiftiness. And they're going to give it back to him again. He's not going to be able to do much with this one.
West Bridgewater's had a good game tonight, all right? They're winning this for a reason. They play relatively mistake-free football. Not too many penalty flags tonight, but 2 turnovers. In a play like that on 4th and 12, I mean, this is just, it's a little out of their character.
Mahoney takes a snap. Handoff Began. Again, another stuff. 4 Wildcats defenders draped all over him.
Like on 2nd and long, if you're going to run the ball, give it to Montez, the guy that can rip off a big one. Began, Good player, but that's not his game. These are the runs up the middle that are going for at max 6 yards. You need to get this, like if you're either going to throw it or you're running it with Montez, preferably to the boundary where he can get out of bounds and he has the speed to make those explosive runs. So I just don't understand that play call, especially on 2nd and long.
3rd and 6, outside pitch to Montez. Montez using his
That's
blockers.
what you should do
He's
if
going to
you're
get a
gonna
first
run it.
down and more. He can't get out of bounds, though.
No, yeah, that clock keeps rolling. But that's what you do. If you're going to run the ball with 5 minutes left down by 2 scores, you give it to that guy who can rip off a big one. And again, preferably, let's run it to the boundary where we can stop the clock.
They've only been able to put up 6 points, but Caden Montez has been excellent all night long.
Yeah, he has.
Every time, he's like the bailout in their offense. They can't get something going.
He's the engine of their offense.
Oh, absolutely. Montez in motion again, but it's going to be a handoff
Stuffed.
inside.
Packard's made some big plays, as always. Another one on that down. But, like, Blue Hills is just in no hurry. It's 2nd and long. You've got 4 minutes left. Like, cool, you score here with 2.5 minutes left. You got to get a stop and then score again. Like, you got to move. You got to move. Or throw the ball.
Or a timeout or anything.
Come on.
Rolling out to the right side. He's targeting his tight end, goes to the flats, and it's going to be incomplete.
You're better off with that incompletion there. It stops the clock. That was only going to go for like 2-3 yards if he picks it up, he catches that ball anyway. Probably better off that he dropped that pass. But it's one of a number of drops they've had tonight. This passing attack is just, they've had guys open.
I think it's more of a personnel thing than a play calling.
Oh, definitely. The play calling has been good. I've liked the timing of their, well, they've had a couple on this drive, but for the most part tonight, their passing attempts, they've been really well-timed play action. They've caught me off guard. They've clearly caught the defense off guard. They've had some guys getting open on like corner routes and such, but you've had a couple misfires, a couple drops, a lot of missed opportunities for Blue Hills.
Inside handoff to Began.
What are we doing? It's 3rd and long. Do I have to say it again? I don't think I do. But that makes no sense.
Yep.
So, like, yeah, the play calling has been good, and I've liked a lot of their play action looks, but this drive? No, not at all. I'm sorry. I just don't agree with the approach. You really don't trust your passing game that much? And at this point, you have to trust it. It's your only hope. This is not doing anything for you.
4th and 7, 3.5 minutes left.
Ugh.
Mahoney, another handoff to Landers. Landers, he's going to get inside. He might have got that first down. We'll see where the ball is placed.
But, like, okay.
There you go. Another first down.
All right, but the clock keeps running. 3 minutes left. You still need 15 points. You still need to score here, stop them, and get the ball back. And good luck getting all that done in 3 minutes when you're running up the middle offense with the run game. There you go. Throw it.
He's looking to throw. Oh,
good breakup.
Great breakup.
Throw is definitely behind them.
Sam Salter with the breakup.
Yep. But, like, that's the thing. Now it's incomplete, but okay, you're stopping the clock.
Yep.
Right? Those 4-yard gains up the – I'll take an incompletion there over a 4-yard gain up the middle any day. The 4-yard gains, they don't do anything. All they do is just keep the clock rolling. You got to take some shots at the end zone here, really, or get close. But the damage has kind of already been done.
Mahoney takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Montez. He's looking towards the end zone, and he's got a touchdown.
That was a duck, too.
Blue Hills, Aiden Landers.
But, like, the designs have been good for Blue Hills. That's another good play design. Like, he threw a duck, and that's still got there.
Touchdown, Aiden Landers.
Game is not over, but Blue Hills decided to go with all those run plays. They killed themselves like a good 2 minutes at least. They still need to, they're going to go for 2 here. They still need to convert this to get it within 1 score.
Yep.
Then they need to stop West Bridgewater. Then they need to score again, all within under 3 minutes. So it's still a bit of a tall task, but they are in this game.
Well, like you said, they put up points, but just the process. They're going to pitch it out to Montez.
Yeah, he's got that.
He's going to get in. Another great play design as Montez walks into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
All right, offense, put this away. This is where the run game, you force their hand here.
Yep.
Run the ball, force them to use all their timeouts. Preferably you pick up a first down or two, and you don't even have to give them the ball back.
Wildcats 21, Warriors 14.
Good game.
2 minutes and 52 seconds left. Can the Wildcats put this game away and pick up their 5th win of the season? Again, so far, West Bridgewater has had a fumble and an interception. All you have to do is just take care of the football.
And they're a team that typically does that extremely well. I think the mistakes have been enhanced tonight. I don't know why. Maybe it's the opponent, maybe it's the weather, maybe it's a mix of both. But they're typically a team that is very good in a spot like this, playing with the lead. Kill clock, gladly. We've got a great run game that can keep moving the chains, keep this ball in bounds, and we don't turn the ball over a whole lot. Tonight, again, it's been a bit of a different story, but that's the main goal here. Kill clock, don't turn it over.
Jimmy Donovan makes the kick.
Onside.
They're going to go onside kick.
Yeah, you got to try it.
Let's see.
West Bridgewater got it.
Yep, West Bridgewater got it.
Yeah, you got to try it in that spot.
Yep.
Definitely.
It was pretty close. They almost got it.
Kind of, I wish he put maybe a bit more mustard on that ball, but it wasn't bad.
1st and 10 from the 49-yard line.
Yep, we're looking at a 1st and 10 in Blue Hills territory at the 49-yard line. Let's see if Harris and company can hold on for the Wildcats' 5th win of the season.
Run the ball.
Harris takes a snap, fakes the inside handoff to Packard. He's
There you
going to
go.
look to try to get to the outside. He's got a 1st down and more.
Probably his best run of the night. And you keep it in bounds, keep that clock running, unless they call a timeout, which they probably should, but they won't.
James Harris, maybe not his best performance on the box score, but all night long he's been fantastic in my eye. He's made so many smart decisions. He's picked up yards when they need him. He's been getting the ball out quick. He's been terrific tonight, even if it won't necessarily show on the box score.
Where are the timeouts?
Harris inside handoff to Packard. He's going to get a couple yards before he's wrapped up.
I just don't understand why you wait on the timeouts there. I don't. You're at the point now in this game where you just have to stop clock. You're under 3 minutes, still down by a score. They have the ball. You should be burning those timeouts as soon as you can if that clock's going to keep running. I don't know what the hesitation was after that first run by the Wildcats, but they call one here, I guess.
2 minutes, 8 seconds left. The Warriors burn their first one.
And the reason I say that is let's just hypothetically say Packard fumbles there. Blue Hill scoops it up. Now all of a sudden you're working with 2:08 left instead of could have been 2:30 if you called the timeout ASAP. That you're gonna use them up anyway. You might as well use them as soon as possible in case a turnover, a ball pops free. Now you've got more time to operate as an offense. So I just don't know why they held on. But you know what? Let the game be played. I'm just the guy in the box, right?
Harris under center, tight formation. It's going to be a handoff to Holmes. Holmes just doing his best to protect the ball.
Totally fine.
Likely did not get past the line of scrimmage. Another timeout called from Blue Hills.
So you're going to force them to burn all their timeouts.
And listen, despite what we may think is not, great clock management and such, 2 minutes, 3 seconds left. Third and I believe 6 or 7. This isn't the worst situation to be in if you're Blue Hills, especially if you can get a stop on this next one.
Yeah, is it ideal? No, but if you get a stop here, if it's 4th and short, the Wildcats should go for it.
Yes.
They should. What are you doing? Punting here?
Right.
I mean, what is that going to do? So it is still kind of 2-down territory, which makes it tough. Yeah, it's still not a great spot for Blue Hills, but if you told me West Bridgewater would start at the 49-yard line and you would have them at a 3rd and 7 at your own 30, 35-yard line with like over 2 minutes left, I'd say you're in an all right spot. Could be worse.
Harris outside pitch to Holmes. Holmes trying to get to the outside.
Boom,
cuts back inside. He's not going to go out of bounds.
That's game.
Clock is rolling.
Start the buses.
West Bridgewater ball carrier number 4, Ty Holmes.
Blue Hills is going to call their final timeout of the half, but after the first down, it's safe to say this ball game is over.
Kneel it out. 5-2.
Ty Holmes, again, he's been the feature guy for them tonight. He has picked up so many first downs, so many yards, 2 touchdowns on the night. Just a superstar performance tonight.
Oh, yeah, he's been amazing. Like, I think he's the offensive player of the game. Defensive player of the game, I want to give it to Sam Salter.
Yep.
He made so many tackles in this game. Tone setting. He was awesome. And he had a pass breakup, too. I mean, it wasn't a great throw, but it was a pass breakup nonetheless. So, yeah, offensive player of the game, I'd give it to Ty Holmes. Sam would get my vote for defensive player of the night.
Harris, pitch to Holmes. Packard lead blocker. Holmes following his lead, cuts inside. Can he get all the way? He can. He can. Touchdown Wildcats.
And for the offensive player of the week, just adds another touchdown because why not? All right, why not?
3rd touchdown of the night, Ty Holmes.
That boy is fast.
Bridgewater Wildcats touchdown. Scored
What
by
a night.
4, Ty Holmes.
Ty Holmes, the sophomore transfer, stealing the show on senior night.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Smith, right through the middle of the uprights. 27-14, a minute 44 seconds
28.
remaining. 28-14.
Count the
14.
PAT.
Excuse me.
With 1:44 left to go.
Just about a minute 45 remaining.
Scores West Bridgewater 28, Blue Hills 14.
You know, not necessarily the prettiest win for the Wildcats, but they've showed up every time they've needed to.
Yeah, you know, a couple turnovers. That 4th and 12, giving that up, it was a little frustrating, and you could have held them to 6 instead of 14. But this is a good Blue Hills team. This is better than, I mean, they've had a lot of blowout games against some teams at the bottom of the conference lately. This is more of a competitive middle-of-the-pack team that played some decent football tonight, but the red zone defense showed up. Ty Holmes had an awesome game. Sam had his best game, I'd say, of the season as well. You know, some younger guys stepping up, too. A lot of things to be happy with, for sure.
Landers trying to return the kick. He gets up the middle, and he's met by the Wildcats. Liam Collins.
So Blue Hills, I mean, they're definitely, you know, a minute 35. They're going to try to score here, but we know with the nature of their passing game, no timeouts, a minute 35. You got to get 2 possessions and scores. It's a long shot.
And who even knows if they'll pass, right? Like we thought they were going to pass all night long, and they stuck with the run game.
That was baffling. I didn't understand that at all. But no disrespect, but I just wasn't seeing the thought process there. Didn't quite understand what went behind that.
Mahoney under center. He's going to roll out to the right side. He's going to look for Landers in the flats. Landers has a blocker.
Got out of bounds.
And he gets shoved out of bounds. That's going to be a first down and more.
Warriors quarterback number 10, Brady Mahoney's pass is complete.
And it's funny because even there where it's like a clear passing situation, it's still a play action. You can tell all their passing plays are off play action. There aren't many pure dropbacks in this offense. When they rarely throw the ball. When they do, it's going to be a counter off of teams overplaying the run typically.
Yep. Mahoney takes a snap. Fakes it to Montez. Rolling right again. He's going to look deep.
Miscommunication.
Yep.
88 went to cut outside. He kind of ran inside and then cut it out, and it looked like he turned Miguel around. He kind of got in his blind spot, had some room to work there, but by the time the quarterback threw that ball and he was cutting back inside,
Yep.
That was a little bit of a weird route, and also just they were clearly not on the same page there. And yeah, I don't know.
Not the worst situation. Clock is stopped. Second and 10.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at this point, you need points like right now. Like you need some big shot.
Mahoney takes a snap. Dropping back, rolling out to the right side. Frechette on his back, and he makes the play.
Good play, Nate. Chasing him down. They've had a couple times where Mahoney has rolled out to the right like that in Polidori, Frechette, Packard. Those guys have been on his back, pressuring him to get the ball out, making his throwing angle tough as well, just screaming down his back. I really like the hustle on the backside tonight.
It's going to be a penalty, I believe, against West. Penalty against West Bridgewater.
Yeah.
What's the call?
It's on Blue. Yeah, it's on Blue Hills.
Excuse me, it's going to be a penalty against Blue Hills, intentional grounding.
But that's what Nate Frechette forced that penalty. Yep. He was screaming down Mahoney's back. He had to get rid of the football, or he's taking a sack, which the last thing you want to do there. Now you're losing yardage. The clock keeps rolling. But I mean, in this situation, the intentional grounding is essentially taking a sack without the clock still rolling. So, not a good thing for Blue Hills, but better than taking the sack. The Philly set for the second time tonight.
Landers.
Get out of bounds, dude.
Looking to get out of bounds. I don't know if he got there. He did not. Clock is rolling.
He hesitated. He should have just hit you're not getting a big hitter there. The defense was there. You sacrificed the extra yard or two to just get out of bounds and stop the clock. The only reason they should sacrifice any time here is if it's like a very good shot at a touchdown or getting close to it.
Going to be a
not for a yard or two.
Looking like a first down here. Wildcat defenders called that out quickly. Kind of more of a quiet game for Frechette, but that was a huge play.
Now, he's made a couple really nice plays, and he's kind of been in on like the assisted tackles.
Yep.
He's had some good times kind of holding the edge there to bottle runs up and get them back inside. And again, a couple big tackles for sure, but that was one of his biggest plays of the night.
Yep. 4th and long. Clock is ticking. The Warriors are running out of time. Montez in motion. Mahoney dropping back. He's going to have to look deep. And that's going to be broken up by who else?
Defensive player of the night, Sam Salter.
Sam Salter breaks it up. And ladies and gentlemen, the Wildcats are going to be 5-2.
Number 10, Brady Mahoney's pass, intended for number 12, Luke Landers. The pass is broken up by West Bridgewater senior, number 9.
West Bridgewater fought all night long, and they're going to be rewarded. 28-14 win. Blue Hills are going to fall to 4-3.
First and 10 from the 42-yard line.
Wildcats are entering victory formation. And there it is.
Well, great win.
West Bridgewater Wildcats 28, Blue Hills Warriors 14. Homecoming crowd is fired up. Terrific win for the Wildcats. The defense showed up when it needed to. They're making plays in the passing game and in the run game. You know, again, not the prettiest, but Ty Holmes dominant on offense.
Again, a couple mistakes for sure, you know, but that's a good team you just beat.
Yep.
In a decently convincing fashion. They felt like the better team tonight. You won by multiple scores. That's a good win for the Wildcats. Again, they just kind of got through the easier portion of their schedule. Blue Hills is one of the better opponents they've played in the past month, and that's a good 28-14 good win tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching West Bridgewater football on West Bridgewater Community Access TV. We'd like to thank the camera crew, the producers, but that's going to be it for us.
Let's meet our class of 2024 senior Wildcat cheerleaders. Senior Stephanie Costa. Stephanie is in her senior year of high school. She's 18 years old and enjoys hanging out with her friends. Stephanie is in a lot of clubs this year for school, loves traveling with her family. In her free time, Stephanie loves to sing and dance. She's in her 3rd year of cheerleading. Senior captain, Madison Keogh. Madison Keogh, who goes by Maddie, has dedicated to and cheering for the past 4 years of her life since her 8th grade year. She loves to cheer and has grown to love the sport and bring dedication and a good work ethic to the sport. After graduating high school, she plans on studying nursing at her top schools, Curry College, Salve Regina, or Boston College. Maddie loves to spend time with her friends and family. She also loves going shopping and on joyrides in her car. Maddie would love to thank her coach and teammates for making the past 4 years of her life a special time in her life, as all the memories made will always hold a special place in her heart. She wishes the best of luck to her teammates in the seasons to come and hopes they grow to love and dedicate the team as much as she does. Senior captain, Reese Bunker. Reese has been cheering since 7th grade. She has also been dancing for 15 years and is very involved with the school. Her favorite things to do is shop and hang with friends. Reese would love to thank her mother and father, brother Keegan, and best friends for being her biggest supporters. She gives another thank you to her teammates and favorite coach, Melissa, for these past years she'll never forget. After high school, she plans on studying business and management at college in Florida. And senior captain, Ariana Thrasher. Captain of the cheer team has been dedicated to cheer and dance since she was 2 years old. She started cheering at Pro Athletic All-Stars, loved it so much that she joined the Raynham Youth Town cheer team and then continued on with Cheer Factor All-Stars over the years. She was able to continue her love for cheer and took on the role as cheer captain this year, where she can share her love of cheer with her teammates. Ariana is also committed to dancing. After many years of cheer and dance, Ariana is looking forward to graduating from high school and MATA Dance Extension. She will miss cheering and dance. Ariana loves to cheer and dance and uses them both as outlets from school and work where she can be herself and do what she loves the most. After graduating from high school, she plans on studying to become a nurse at some of her top schools, University of New Hampshire, St. Anselm's, and Emmanuel College. Ariana is hoping to continue cheer and dance while in college. She loves spending time with her family and friends, and also loves to shop on her free time. She would like to thank her cheer and dance coaches and teammates for creating so many unforgettable memories, as well as all the long-lasting friendships she has made over the years. Ariana wishes the best of luck to all her teammates in the future and in all of their endeavors. Congratulations to our class of 2024 Wildcat cheerleaders. And now, for our class of 2024 senior Wildcat football players. Number 58, offensive and defensive lineman, Aiden Berg. Aiden has played football all 4 years while attending West Bridgewater High School and is a 2-year starter on the offensive line. He's a 3-time varsity letterman who plans to enlist in the United States Army upon graduation. We would like to thank his parents for always believing in him and helping him achieve his life goals. We would like to thank his coaches for shaping him into the player he is today. They taught him to better himself on and off the field, learn from mistakes, keep pushing on, and that hard work does pay off. Number 6, wide receiver, defensive back, Miguel Pleasance. Miguel would like to start off by saying thank you to the WB Gridiron and all his fellow teammates for showing him how amazing and fun high school football can be. He had the best 4 years of football and wouldn't want to spend that time with any other football team. A big shout out to Coach Kogler for taking him in and putting him in the best spot to perform the best of his abilities. A big shout out to his fellow senior teammates for making him feel comfortable when he got to the school. Wishing the best of luck for everybody, he will be attending a trade school after graduation that will take up either plumbing or refrigeration. My last thanks to the Gridiron, the team, and all the coaches. Miguel wishes to have a blessed life and a great rest of the year. Number 1, captain, wide receiver, defensive back, Luke Jestrin. Luke says, thank you to my friends and family for their unwavering support. A special thanks to my team and coaching staff for the 4 years of unforgettable memories, especially the head taps. It was an honor battling it out with all of you, and I'll truly miss it. After high school, I plan to attend college with a major in business. Number 28, tight end, linebacker, Matthew Murphy. Matt says, I just want to start off by saying thank you to the WB Gridiron and all of my football brothers who gave me the best 2 years of football I've had in my life. After high school, I want to go to college for business. I would like to create my own business and be successful. Number 55, offensive lineman, linebacker, Ben Nealon. Ben writes, thank you to all my friends and family who helped me get me here. Thank you to all of my coaches and teachers. Next year, I'm either going to go to college or stay close to home and work in a trade. He also hopes that we make a good run of the playoffs for senior season. Number 59, offensive and defensive lineman, Chris Flip. Chris says he's played football here at West Bridgewater School from freshman year to senior year, and it's one of the best choices he's ever made. He would like to thank his family for always being there for him when he needs it and for everything they have done for him. My teammates for always picking him up when I'm down and supporting him, and the coaches for all the time they put into him and show him how to play football. He would also like to personally thank Coach Miller for teaching him how to play the sport and position that he loves. If it wasn't for you, he wouldn't be the man he is today. After high school, he plans on going to college to pursue becoming an athletic trainer. Number 33, running back, defensive end, Nate Frechette. Nate has played football all 4 years while attending West Bridgewater High School. He wants to thank his parents and family for supporting and being with him his whole time. He also wants to thank all of his coaches for all that they've done over the years. He plans on pursuing mechanical engineering in the future. Captain, number 5, quarterback, James Harris. James writes, "Firstly, I want to thank my friends and family for their everlasting support around me. Mom and Dad, thank you the most. To my teammates, past and present, thank you as well. You guys make this sport something to love every day. In the future, I hope to carry on with football and pursue a career as a finance major. I will miss this sport, the memories, and people more than anything. Thank you, WB Football." Captain, number 9, wide receiver, defensive back, Sam Salter. Sam writes, "Thank you to my mom, Dad, Luke, and Alex for being with me throughout my football career. The 4 of you have been by my side on and off the field for as long as I can remember, and words cannot express my gratitude. Thank you to James and Christian for being my teammates, friends, and brothers since youth football. Because of everyone's support, I hope to pursue a career in business at either the University of South Carolina, West Virginia University, or Penn State University. Once again, thank you for all your support along the way. These last 4 years would not have been possible without you." Captain, number 26, running back, linebacker, Christian Packer. Christian White writes, "I would like to thank my friends, teammates, coaches, and family. I would specifically like to thank my hardworking role model of parents who set the standard of what it's like to be disciplined and a hardworking athlete. I wouldn't be who I am today without their amazing love and support. I would also like to thank Shelley Brickle for giving me someone to look up to and supporting me throughout my entire life. I plan on pursuing my college career at Massachusetts Maritime Academy in the emergency management major. Lastly, I would like to thank this amazing school and football program for giving me the best 4 years of my life." Congratulations to all the senior football players and all the senior cheerleaders. Good luck in the future.
Can we get all the
All senior football players in front of the West Bridgewater sign for